Cheers!
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, brother. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer.
Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, because I'm saying Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
Joe, one further to Cyber Nerds.
And welcome to Loki Review, all the spoilers, episode 3, Lamentis. We're going to talk about this moon, apocalypse planet.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be talking about more philosophical stuff.
I thought we came here to talk about they sat on the rock and just spoke for God knows how long.
I'm not talking about that. Then listen, for me, yeah. Did you tell him to subscribe already?
Subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Now, easily the worst episode of Loki. Easily. But we've only had 3 in it, so it's a small sample size. But for me, the only thing I actually care about that actually happens in this episode, maybe, do you know what, yeah? Maybe there's 3 things.
Go on.
3 things. 1, Loki now has green projectile power.
Where did it come from?
Where did it go? Where did it come from?
Okay. To add to that, Loki has, I don't know, telekinesis of some sort now because a building was falling. He held it and pushed it back. Get me? I don't really care about that, but that's just stuff that stood out to me. The second thing that stood out to me, and the only thing I really actually care about, is the revelation that finding out TVA agents are not born in the TVA or made to specifically work in the TVA, but they are all variants. Now, obviously, this takes us back to episode 1, where Mrs. Minute, the clock in the video, who's alive but not alive, but they said it's a recording, but can react in real time, explained that everyone was made to be here in this universe. Now, obviously, I asked the question earlier about, if this is all real, why do they have so much propaganda? Do you know what I'm saying? But I only bring that up to ask the question is, either Miss Minute lied, or what's her name? Vary? Loki? Miss Loki? What's her name? Sylvie. Either they're lying or Sylvie's lying. In this scenario, I'm going to go with Miss Minute's lying because obviously they're a large corporation with agendas and all of these things. But I just think that's mad. The third thing, I want to come back to the middle thing, but the third thing is, don't have any more episodes without Mobius. Like, don't do that. No. Like, I know the show's called Loki, but I feel like he's actually the driving force of the show. Do you know what I'm saying? For me, I enjoy his interaction with people, which I'm realizing in this episode. Having Loki talk to Sylvie isn't as interesting as having Loki talk to Mobius. Or Mobius talk to anybody else. Do you know what I'm saying? So there was that for me. But yeah, the reveal that they're all variants is very interesting because this obviously means on planet Earth, there's another Mobius probably riding a jet ski.
Yeah, like living the actual life.
Yes.
That they wrote him for.
Yeah, 100%. But then it's like, the agent that they stole, she was like, she's been in the TVA for hundreds of years, but obviously Mobius explained time moves differently here.
Or not at all.
Or not at all, but obviously that's still moving different. So it's like, like how long have they actually been there? Because Sylvie says she had to pull it from hundreds of years. So, but obviously, if she's been at the TVA for hundreds of years and she pulled that out from hundreds of years back, it doesn't necessarily mean in that chick's timeline, hundreds of years have passed, that could have been 5 minutes or no time at all. Like you're saying, time couldn't have moved. So I just want to get, that's all I'm here for, TVA. And to be honest, that's all I was here for from the beginning, bro. I don't care about Loki. And I feel like the direction I thought they were taking the show in making me be more sympathetic or like this variant of Loki, the 2012 one, it's not actually working. Like I don't actually care for man anymore. Like I'm not really bothered. The TVA is all. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the organization, innit? Sylvie's cool, but I feel like they never gave us enough of her in the episode, and they bring it up like Loki's trying to find out if he could trust her. She's very hesitant with giving up the information. Besides knowing that she was adopted as a youth, being self-taught magic, which I think is crazy for just like her level of it. Do you know what I'm saying? But then maybe she is Asgardian, or maybe she's not Asgardian. Maybe she's a frustrated. Like all of these questions are. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to know more about her. You get me? And we've not answered that. And we just asked just unrevealed another big question about the TVA. So basically, this episode kind of just did nothing. Because there's like, I feel like besides that one sliver of information, like, which was a line which could have been in the last episode or potentially the next episode where stuff actually happened, like, man just didn't get nothing, bro.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Yeah, man was just stuck with Loki's past. Like, what? I don't understand. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I spent too much time falling asleep during the watch-alongs. But that's something that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to the next phase of Loki. And the fact that we sit down, I don't know how many times we've done that throughout this episode, and just chatted about nothing, about Loki's past, and like you said, like it would have been more interesting diving into Sylvia's history and having some sort of, I don't know, lineage with the way Loki is. Maybe have something in common. Maybe have something completely the opposite of Loki, which then just brings them together. But then, no, it just, all of a sudden, grabbing each other's hands and running. No, that didn't work for me. So, yeah, man, this episode was a tough one. And I hope, I don't know, like you said, maybe we just need what's his face?
Oh, Wilson to come back.
Yeah, to come back, because him talking to anyone else, and maybe because, not to be Sylvia's fault, but it's based on a dialogue, really, like what they're talking about. That personally, I don't care. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the new era that Loki's in, and we're just stuck in the past.
I always find the conversations and the I can't get the word out today.
Philosophical
things that they bring up. I've always been interested by. Like, yeah, in this episode, it kind of fell flat between him and Sylvie. They were talking about love this time, and even then, like, man made up some kind of analogy about it, and even then, it was like
the metaphor made no sense.
Yeah, it was like kind of nothing. It was kind of dead. So that for me, I was like, wow, you've come up before about challenging people's beliefs and stuff, and then coming to the end that you're going to believe whatever you believe anyway, which I thought was interesting. In the first one, you kind of figure out man's actual mental behind why people do things and that discovering themselves. And this one is like about love. But it seems like none of them themselves have actually been in love to explain love, or they're trying to say that love is actually within itself unexplained. I don't know, but the conversation was dead within itself. I thought that was mad. And then I feel like the best part of this whole entire episode was, like, it felt like it was the middle of the episode. So I was like, okay, we're here now, we're gearing up. And then it ends. Like, the end must be like 10 minutes.
Wow.
10 minutes, yeah. It was like, they did a really sick, it was like a one-shot camera. Like, obviously they did the quick transitions and the slick camera kind of stuff where it made it look like it was one shot. They were going through the planet, or the moon was coming down, things were blowing up, everyone was screaming, Loki was doing this, Sylvie was doing that. I thought, whoa, this is nuts. And then the arc blows up and it ends. I was like, okay. And it's done.
That's because we spend 80% of the show sitting down and talking, bro.
I was pissed.
So obviously you're gonna get excited when the scenes start to get peaked. Do you know what I mean? Like, bruv, I think one of the things they done was really sick. The bit when it blows up, like the camera goes forward, running with them, and then they get shot back and it spins, and then they get up and the camera goes up.
That's it. All that camera work was nuts. I love that part, bro.
Listen, if this wasn't a Disney property, I would have said, yo, they blew the whole budget on those two, on that scene, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, other than that, what did we, like, legitly, like, what did we do this episode.
I know, it was just... I like... Obviously, it was like our introduction into this Sylvie character. And again, like, if this was an episode for her, it just wasn't, like, enough. Like, they were... Like you're saying, they were trying to give us information, but she's being so hesitant to give information. When there was breaking it down, it just felt like it just felt flat. And then these two together, like, yeah, the obviously it's like not a buddy cop kind of thing, because I feel like that was with Morbius and Loki, but here I don't feel the chemistry whatsoever. Just yeah.
I want to see Loki's energy towards Morbius next time they meet, because now I just found out that these men are variants. Does he even know?
They don't know. That's what Loki
yeah.
said. Loki said they don't know that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're either going through a process where they're being made to forget, or they've spent so much time in the TVA that they forget themselves. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, I've got no clue in it. Get me? But
this is 6 episodes.
Yeah, we've got 3 episodes left. So it's all mad. And I it's tough because, like, I think watching this episode, I like the show for all the stuff you're talking about, Sam. Like, the amount of dialogue that they have, but it's like the questions that they bring up. But then I feel like definitely in this episode, they don't bring up any questions. They're just trying to tell us something, trying to beat us over the head with something, and it's super dead. So, like, chill out with it. You get me? Like be a bit more elegant with the message you're trying to explain or the information you're trying to give us, because I just feel like you man were bare heavy-handed in this episode, and like it makes the episode fall flat. So there's that. But like, bruv, I hope the next 3 episodes are peak, innit? Because like this shows, I really thought this was gonna be, I said it in episode 1 after the review, or in the review, that I thought this was gonna change my feelings towards this variant of Loki, but it's still currently not. And like,
once a
like
Loki,
I said,
always a
TVA.
Loki.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't feel like Loki's like gonna change. Like, I think from like episode 2, man snaps right back. Because I thought he was gonna change as well when he saw himself die by Thanos. I was like, oh, and obviously him explaining himself why he hurts people to create fear, blah blah. Episode 2, man snapped right back. He wants to take over TVA. He has a plan. They knew he had a plan, but he's gonna try and get out of it anyway. And then this episode, he's like, I don't trust anybody, because he knows he don't trust himself. So it's like, I know what you're trying to do. And she's like, well, I know what you're trying to do. So it's like you're saying, same old Loki. Different
We've got 2 of them.
That's it.
Makes it even worse.
I do like that she taught him how to do the enchantment as well. I think like that is it's gonna be an issue for someone later on down the line. Like, definitely. Like, he's definitely not the kind of person you want, like, in your mind. Do you get what I'm saying? Because obviously he's always worked with illusions, like projections outside of the mind, and it's always been successful for him. So giving him the ability to reach into someone's mind and manipulate things, I think, is crazy. Even like the way she does it is mad. But I just presume this, like, knowing what this Loki's done with his powers in the sacred timeline, him having an ability like this and potentially going back or just being around, I think is nuts, bro. But yeah.
That's all she wrote.
We're going to have to wait till next Wednesday.
Wednesdays are the new Fridays, guys. Let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of this episode? What do you think about Sylvie, her introduction? What do you think about Loki? What do you think about the TVA? All propaganda, all them things there. If you want us to come watch these watch-alongs, you know there's only one place to be. Patreon.com/the Cyber Nerds. Not only have we got Loki, we've got DC, anime, you name it. It's probably there. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
Joe on Further the Cyber Nerds.
And we'll see you on the next review.
Peace.
I